Hello, everybody out there in podcast land. Welcome to Beer League in the Get Off My Lawn studios here. Loving life right now and having a terrific new guest out here and enjoying his fantastic music because you think he sang this song for us in Beer League. But I hope it doesn't run out, that's for sure here. So, let's welcome here Matt McAtee.
Hello.
Give me claps.
Hello.
There it is.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Hello, Matt. Hello, Matt. And, we usually have these podcasts, Beer League, and basically I just want to give you a little info on this. Beer League is our podcast of youth sports. And usually, we've got football, we got baseball, we got hockey, we have soccer, we have basketball. So far, all these people, evolved in some way or shape or another, are in Beer League, are in youth sports.
Yep.
And, we also have, also interesting guests, too, that are involved in it. And also, Matt, you are a country singer, should I say? A country, or you want to just say a singer?
Just a Nashville performer. Let's go with that. We do a lot of country music. My band, that song you just heard there is my band 10 Year Town. And we've got a lot of good country originals. We play lots of corporate events and stuff. We were just in Knoxville actually this past week and did a cool gig at the minor league baseball stadium there.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, the Smokies.
Yeah, the Smokies Stadium. That's right. We were there last week. And,
we should have got Troy to go there.
Yeah.
Good old Troy. We had Troy was one of our guests. He lives out there. The old T-Roy.
Cool. Yeah.
It's a fun stadium. They put
was.
a good show on out there.
It was. It wasn't fun to load in and out, but other than that, it was a great time.
Nice.
Those are hard to get into.
Was it before or after a game, or just your? It's
no, it was a buyout from a private client.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's so we do stuff like that, and we do.
I know I tried to get you on a show early, and you're like, dude, I'm in Evansville. I'm jamming up there.
Yeah, we played the casino up there, Bally's Casino up in Evansville. We keep it as close to Nashville as we can. We're old guys, man. We're not doing that over the road stuff like some of these young cats are doing now. So,
man,
I do all my traveling for hockey. Really.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna go bounce into the hockey scene. So Matt's son. Very good hockey player.
Well, thank you.
He's very good. We used to call him Hands. He's got some great hands now. Now I'm sure he's got to be almost bigger than you now.
He's man. He's real close, almost as tall as I am. 13 years old.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, Matt's son plays on the highest level of hockey that you can come out here in the area too. I'll move over here a little bit. Yeah, he plays in the highest level. He plays AAA hockey and plays for one of the top organizations, and he's been with this coach and this team since he was 6.
I think he was 6 years old when they started out. They started out at the lab over here in Franklin, which was basically. It was
that's where we met.
Yeah,
that's how we met, and that's how I met Greg too.
May it rest in peace.
Yeah, they closed last year, right? I think. Yeah. So that was, and he's still with mostly the same core kids. So these days they are. I don't know if we can say the name of the team.
You can say
these days. They started out then. They were the Warriors.
Yeah. Or even before that, they were Vanguard.
That's true. The
Vanguard. That's really old with them.
For like a weekend, they were Vanguard. I think we still got the hat, the Vanguard ball caps. But
that's cool.
Then they were the Warriors for a while, and the Warriors still exist, different age levels. But basically the Bantams this year were moved over, and they were kind of subsumed into the Junior Predators. So that's what they are this year. So he's playing for the Nashville Junior Predators. Still same coach, Marty Erat, who was you hockey folks.
Yep, he played for actually the best trade in history for the Preds, though. I got to be honest with you. Even though he was really, really good for the Preds, but and they traded him for Philip Forsberg.
Yeah,
straight up, pretty much, right? It was
he was valuable if they got Phil.
Oh, I know.
But he's had Marty as his coach and Vik Tikhonov. Don't forget Vik. Vik, who is fantastic as well. He played for
Phoenix. He was drafted first round by the Phoenix. Phoenix, and his grandfather was the coach of the 1980 Russian team that lost to the USA.
Oh, Wow.
Yes, and
Hockey royalty.
Yeah, he lost a little bit when he got flustered and they had to pull Trachyak, and I think that wasn't a good thing there. But we don't talk about that. I'm sure.
I'm sure you got to get Vik on here, and
I'd love to. I would love to get Victor on that. Matter of fact, I think I saw him yesterday at Martin's barbecue. But we didn't. I go, D, there's Coach Vik over there. He goes, oh, he's all shy. He didn't want to go. He was in baseball.
Man, you just talk to Vik. He's a great guy.
I love Vik. He was a great dude.
He's a great guy. Don't go golfing with him because he's better than everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, these hockey players, they're always good at hockey. I got golf
yeah,
too.
it's crazy.
It's the same swing.
There's a couple of kids on Vince, my son Vince's team, that are amazing golfers. Vince is actually doing great with golf now too. He's doing very well. So yeah, there's a couple of kids. There's one in particular. He's a scratch golfer at 13 years old.
Get out of here!
Unbelievable, dude.
Well,
unbelievable how good some of these kids are.
They're athletes.
They're
athletes. When you play at that type level, let's be honest. You're AAA level for a reason. You're an athlete. You have a lot of stuff going on. You're busting your butt, and they're athletes. Just put it to you that way. They can pick up anything and be good at it.
But they also work hard. Man, all summer. Every morning they would get up this summer, I'm talking 5:30, wake up in the park, running hard by 6:15, and just because they wanted to get these runs in before it got too hot, obviously. Yeah. And they did it, man. Every kid was there every single day.
How far were they running?
Oh, miles. You know what they did is, the steps. Where is that? It's in Nashville near Percy Warner Park. Anyway, there are basically natural steps that go up like a quarter mile.
They run up those things?
They run up those
things? My God.
No, they don't just run up those things once. They run up they were running up like 8 times for a practice, up and then down, up and down.
Wow.
And like they're in amazing shape and just they're doing very well this year. I think I
just looked at they're 6-3 right now.
6-3-1.
But they played some very top teams already too. And I do follow them because you know why? You guys are close with me. I've always had that touch with you guys, and probably like you said, half the kids on that team. Mm-hmm. D was on that team with the Vanguards. So he was just a space. Yep. Let's be honest. He was a space filler. Okay, we'll go ahead and send him in there. But it was
he's great, man.
But it was just right around the corner from my house. So it was perfect. You know, and that's what honestly. He's not at that level, obviously. He's not going to get up. The only time
he wasn't running up stairs.
He's not.
No. He's
they weren't at that age either. But this was just this year.
I'm
not doing that.
Dude, it's insane what they do, man.
Well, he's got him on a regiment. I do know that. I talked to some other parents on the team still, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they're busting their butts," and it's as they say. I mean, watching it, it's real hockey. It's real hockey
hitting this year, which is fun.
Well, that's the question I wanted to ask you. So now, see, Greg's son plays hockey too. Mm-hmm. Same age. He's in the hit. His son's hitting too. Your son's hitting too. The collisions are a lot more violent when they're skating harder and faster, but it's not all about the hitting. It's still there. But what do you see so far on your side? And Greg, well, I'm going to get to you after. What are you seeing so far from your side of the first year of your son's hitting?
Well, first of all, it's a lot more interesting to watch. It is. Some of the parents get a little skittish, and I don't blame them. There was a couple of kids that did the head first into the boards kind of thing, but I mean that's hockey, man. I mean that's going to happen, and guess what? They bounced right back up and they played great games. So we haven't had knock on wood any major injuries or anything this year so far, and I think they've really focused on hitting correctly. So that's important, and and it's not just about hitting; it's about position. That's the real reason that you're doing the hitting. Everybody else just sees it looks like a WWE fight out there, but they're hitting to get position, which is important. And that's Marty, I mean, he really stresses, Marty and Vik, they really stress you play the system. You're playing the system. They don't care about the score. Mm-hmm. They don't care about if you hit that kid well or it's not about that. It's are you in the spot where you're supposed to be, and are you doing what the team needs you to do? It hasn't really been a huge issue yet.
Okay, it's got to be a far cry from what it used to be. Now watching the position, watch the game, evolve. Because me and Greg were on a team last year, and our game plan was get it to the one kid, let him skate up the ice and shoot and score. That was it,
dude. They're doing it's tic-tac-toe all over the ice, and you can sometimes you don't realize it was a play until it's done. It's like, whoa, that was planned.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to see in action. Especially me. I didn't play hockey growing. I don't know if you played hockey growing up, but I was
A little bit till I was 9.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's more than I did, man. I tried skating and my feet hurt, and I was like, I'm going to play basketball.
And that's surprising coming from a guy from the Northeast. I got to be honest with you. I'm a little.
I can't skate. I can't skate to save my life, man. I think you know that. I should have muted that. Sorry.
That's.
I think. I think. Didn't we go? We went one time 4 nights. You see me on skates.
Yeah, you know what?
It is not fun.
The winters weren't good to him up there. They weren't good.
You are 100% right, man.
I found that they're just kind of easing into hitting. Like, we didn't see a whole bunch, and we were talking to one of the other coaches. I was like, I'm ready to just get it over with, because you're waiting for your kid to get hit. And there's hitters and there's hitties.
Yeah.
And so, he said to me, well, we've coached a couple 16U teams, and it took 3/4 of the season before anybody really let loose. And I think that they just kind of are feeling their way around it, but there were a few. But, you kind of take yourself out of the play if you're not doing it right. So against the boards, that's one thing. But I was sitting in the box, and somebody came up. It was actually Easton came in and laid a hit down and knocked the kid's stick into the box. And at Centennial, there's no glass.
He did send me a video of
so
it. It
I'm
was
like,
great. He had a great shift.
I was like, I got to give this kid his stick. But I kind of took my time giving it back to him. But there was a girl out there that was big and mean, and she knocked somebody down.
Oh, really?
And that was kind of funny.
Now, I will say this, and I have, I think the only girl player that we've played against so far was a goalie, which is great. The hitting, it makes me nervous, having the girls out there, because some of these boys are
men now.
They're men, and they're coming in hard, and God forbid one of them gets hurt or whatever, the girls are just smaller, they just are,
Well, there's a time when puberty hits.
Yeah.
And I have a friend of mine up in New York. We'll get him on the show one day. He's coached up there, and he said, when the kids are 11, 12, maybe 13, he still wants girls on his team because they're vicious. And
you got to be gritty as hell to get out
they're
there
vicious.
with some guys.
But when you get to 14,
There's the
15,
points.
16.
Yeah, 15 is
they're just getting big. I got to be honest. Well, we had a game this last weekend, and there was a girl playing against us and just started wailing on one of the kids on it. I mean, just started punching him in the face. They threw him out. They threw her out. It was great. She just went up and she was talking crap to every one of the kids. My sister, that girl's mean. I go, yeah, I know. She looked like she punched the kid in the face like 4 times. They threw him out.
I will say, the girls can be mean when they want to be. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We did have one fist fight.
Oh, really?
Fist fight, yeah.
You had one already?
Yeah, we had one, and it was kind of funny. It's just boys being boys, and the problem mostly is there was one ref there, and there's 3 separate fights going on, and it's which one you gonna break up, because you're gonna break up one.
Out.
Yeah, he's trying, but some of the other parents, man, they just lost their minds. Dude. They started just putting it on.
Have you ever noticed
hard.
that, Seth? You ever noticed any parents?
You know what? Yeah. In the last episode, we talked about a little nut job parent. And, again, this is also, too, this Beer League podcast is mostly started because of these nut job parents that we see on an everyday basis. And, one of the questions always was, what parents are crazier, the hockey parents or the baseball parents?
I hear baseball parents are pretty crazy.
Oh, they're nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give props to my wife here on this one. She did say baseball is like a constant drip of, okay. It's a slower pace game. It's not, but it's when it starts going, the drip, he's safe, he's out. That was a strike. It's just constantly didn't start building up. Hockey, you're already intent. Like it's so crazy going on, and it's like, bam! Wow, what are you doing? People freaking out, screaming, fist fights outside. Parents are fist fighting because. And actually, our last guest, Sean Murray, says alcohol in those stands is just a combustible thing.
It can be. You notice it happens a lot more on the night games for sure. Parents have been out there tailgating and that honestly is one great thing about our team. That culture is not with our team at all. Yeah. Our parents are all pretty great about that.
Well, it's like a business at that point.
Yeah, when you're at that level, he nails it.
But some of the other teams, man, yeah. I mean, we've seen some pretty inappropriate stuff going. Just the parents just losing their mind.
Your son's been in AAA basically for the last 4 years, 3 technically. Well, really 2, definitely. Officially to get the label.
Officially 2, I think. Yeah.
2, but you were AA on the Warriors, but you were playing AAA teams and programs. But I mean, I guess this whole thing when you guys went to the Junior Preds, and something I want to bring up too was mainly to get to Quebec.
I think that was one of the big things. Yeah. And the Warriors were pulling a lot of great talent on that year.
Oh, it was all the kids. Every one of those kids were Warriors.
And I'm sure the Preds probably wanted to put a good team together, and they were like, well, we got a bunch of them right here, and I'm glad they can make a deal, man, because it worked out well. And
I think it was good for both parties.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was people looking at the situation and saying, hey, this is the best way to work it out, and then they did, and we wound up going to Quebec. It wasn't as great an outcome as we had hoped.
Well, I'm going to stop you right now for the audience. What is Quebec?
So it's the Peewee tournament in Quebec. It's basically the World Series of little kid hockey.
It's like Little League World Series in Williamsport. It's Quebec.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. And it's every major hockey star went to this tournament. And so it was very important to our coaches that our kids get to go there and showcase. Or play against the best in the world. Because that's the other thing about it. It's not just the best in North America. I mean, you had teams from, I think
Czech.
Czech. There was a Czech team. I think there was. I'm not even going to try to remember Finland. I think.
Well,
was there.
You did play the game 1. You did play a team against a guy from Long Island. The Long Island Stars you played.
That's
and
right.
That coach is Benoit Hogue. I've played against him up in beer league up in Northeast.
That's right. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, he's he was something else, and good friend of mine, John, if you're out there on podcast land, hey Benny, he calls him Benny. Hey Benny. So his kid takes lessons from him and skates with him, and he was in that tournament 2 years before. So he was up there 2 years ago. And then last year, too, you guys were up and had another friend of mine that was playing on a New England team. His kid was up there. They were playing on the Long Island Gulls last year.
Long Island Gulls,
yeah. And you played against them this year, too.
Yep.
You just beat them 3-1.
We did. Yep.
Yeah, he's...
they're a good team.
Yeah, he's a superb athlete, but they did lose a lot of kids. They kind of split. And, a lot of those kids went different ways. But that kid right there, he's one heck of a skater. Little small, but he's one heck of a skater.
Now.
Yeah.
Give him a couple of years, Yeah. That's the thing. We are on that cusp in this age group, man, where it's like some of them are men, like I said. But some of them are still, pretty small, I mean, there's still a big disparity there. I think next year, the year after that is when everybody's going to start kind of
because everyone's going to be, some people are hitting puberty beforehand and not. Yeah. Let's go back to the Quebec. How was that experience for you, for Vince, for the team? What, would you do it again if you all had to do it, or would you not? Or, tell me the pros and cons of this, and I something that you always kind of,
Every single trip that we take, I'm always like, really? We're doing this? Are we really doing this? Because it's like, look, here's my thing. I love my son more than anything in the world, and my wife more than anything in the world, and they love hockey. I don't care about hockey. I care about
Shh, don't listen. Shut off.
No. I mean, it's like, and the thing is, like I don't follow the stats of it at all. It's like, I love it when my son does well. I love it when the team does well because they're great kids. I'm talking about the actual getting into the actual game itself. I want him to do well and all that's fine. But it's like if he came to me, tomorrow and wanted to quit hockey, I'd be fine with it if it was for the right reasons. If he wanted to quit hockey because it's too hard and I don't want to work that hard, that's different. But if he was just like, I'm kind of bored with it and it's not my thing anymore, it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. I get a feeling that there's a lot of parents that would destroy them because they care almost as much about hockey as they do about their kid playing hockey.
Well,
Does that make sense?
No, they live their lives.
That's what we're doing here.
That's
we're trying to
exactly.
separate. It's about the kids. It's not about the parents. And it's like your boy Mike said. There's travel ball parents, and then there's parents of travel ball players.
Yep.
And a lot of the people are getting out of whack because they're just so obsessed with whatever's going on that it's not about the kids. And I mean, that you miss the point. It just defeats the purpose. So
their Facebook feeds and all that is only their kid playing and all that. And it's like, to me, we don't do that. Nobody on our team really does that. But I think it's like the kid knows you do that. It's like it puts a lot of pressure on them. Because they have to be the star of your Facebook feed. Does that make sense?
Oh no, they use the kid more of a prop.
Yeah,
in a way,
it's
awful. It's not hate it; it's god awful.
Yeah,
and you're in the same boat here as us two right here, and a lot of people that we do bring on this show, because it's what this is why this is about. This conversation was always talked about. We should talk about this type of stuff on a podcast, and Greg was graciously said, "Let's do it," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Yeah. Sure enough, he's like, "Come on over," and this is how this is how it started.
Yeah,
this is how it started. Talk because this is exactly what we want to hear. Right. This is the type of stuff. I mean, you are in it. You are at the top echelon of this whole thing. Yeah. And I know I piss people off all the time when I take my kids out, like, when we're walking out of practice and we see a beer league game going on, men's league, and I go, guys, look, there's your future. And they get parents, don't say that. What's wrong with you? And I'm like, no, seriously, that's their future. Doesn't matter. Even if you go to the NHL, you still end up in beer league.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still end
unless you hate the game, because your parents were out of control about pushing it too hard.
Bingo,
exactly,
and that's true. And and there's a lot of kids, and my daughter graduated high school. She knows a lot of hockey kids and some NHL players, kids that she knows, and they're like, I'm done. Because why? Because they got beat up. There were certain coaches. I'm not going to say names or something. What's going on? There are certain coaches out there that have pushed kids so hard that they said, I am not doing this in high school anymore. I am done. I want to go chase girls. I want to go get a car. I want to get a job. I talked to a kid over at Played Against Sports and Academy. 2 kids, they played hockey. They go, I'm done. I'm quit in 11th grade. I'm like, why? I'm burnt out. I played AAA. I played this stuff. I am done.
And so to get back to your original question about the trip to Quebec, it was like, with my son, it is his all-consuming passion. And he's into golf now too, which is kind of a secondary, but
a nice and cheap sport.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, hockey.
We're gonna get to that later.
This is what I'm getting to, because it's like every time, and of course, my wife also is team manager, so she's always, and she's. she knows me so well.
I love your wife. I'm gonna go. She's such a sweetheart. She's one of my favorite people. And I love laughing with her too. And that's another thing.
She's the basically. I'm probably gonna get this wrong, and she's gonna scold me for it. But I think her official title for the Warriors is Vice President of Operations right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's still doing that, and she's teaching.
Yeah.
So she's doing that as well. She's busy.
Yeah.
But anyway, she knows me so well that when a new trip comes up, she knows how to kind of break it to me, because all I'm seeing is dollar signs, and I'm like, is this? How deep are we going to get into this thing?
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, he's doing so well with it. and he loves it. And you know, his coaches, they're not just great coaches, but they're great mentors. Great mentors, great men.
Yeah.
That he is, and they fill kind of gaps. They're like, I'm not that sports guy, you know, so they fill that gap with him. You know, every boy growing up needs a coach. Men in their life that are mentors. You know,
my coaches growing up, they're always something in me that made me who I am today.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely, and so that's really the investment. You know, going to Quebec and playing games is fun. They get to stay in a hotel. They get to have camaraderie with their teammates and all that stuff. But it's really the stuff that you can't monetize, that you can't like write down on a balance sheet that is going to work out in the future. Just knowing that, like, I could never get him to be dedicated enough to anything because he doesn't listen to me because I'm his dad.
Oh yeah,
he won't get up at 5:30 in the morning to do any. I've been trying to take this kid fishing. I can't get him up. He won't get up for me. But you know, if Coach Marty says we got practice at 3:30 in the morning, he wouldn't do it. But if he did say that, guess where he'd be? He'd be at practice at 3:30 in the morning. You know, so you know, and so that's something that I think is going to pay off in the long run. But the experience in Quebec, it was great. They had a great time.
How long were you up there?
We were up there for 10 days. Yeah.
Wow.
And so there was a lot of, you know, we got to play like the Junior Rangers, which was the number one team in the country.
And I'm sorry, that was hard for me to ever root against the Rangers. So I told another parent on the team, I said, sorry, I'm still going to the Rangers. I can't do it.
That's all right, buddy.
I know.
We still love you.
I know. But,
you know, and but we got to play against the top teams, and they got to see what they can do. And honestly, they got beat in the I think the semis. I think as far as they got beat in the semis, and they got beat by a better team. You know, they're a great team. You know, but there was a better team, and the better team showed up and beat them. Now, honestly, this year, as much work as they put in, I would love to see them play them again.
Really?
Because they just, you know.
Well, you did really play. I'm going to tell you right now. You did play one of the top teams in the Midwest already. You played the Team Illinois. I know they were always in
TI. Yeah,
they were very, very good. And the other team, I think,
we beat them. I think.
No, you lost 7-8.
That's the one we lost.
Your first game, and they played, and then you played another team next.
I told you I don't follow.
Listen, I told you I follow you guys because it's hey, I know and they have kids.
Better than
I know those kids, and it's like I always like to watch them. Like, oh, they did good. All right, cool. Except against the Rangers, but
I was there and I don't remember.
Yeah. You know? Were you drinking? No,
I was not.
Well, I do want to say I just want to put my beer up here because this is the first time over these years that I have ever had a beer with you.
That's right.
Over the years, and thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
This is a long time coming.
Long time coming.
Yes. So.
There was a period there that I just completely gave up drinking altogether just because I got tired of it.
And he watched me drink.
As a musician, I was like, we had. So many late nights and everything, and it's like, you get older, you just can't do it like
it's not worth it. You feel so bad the next day.
You feel so bad, or if you had to, you got to find rides home and everything if you overdid it, so all that garbage.
Well, I got to tell you, I had my 27th wedding anniversary here the other day, and me and my wife went downtown. Thank you. Right, 27.
We just celebrated ours.
Did you really? Congratulate.
It was 24.
All right.
Yeah, 24.
Nice. So we went.
She put up with you for 27.
Dude, I'm hot.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a great catch. Look at this picture. Look at the picture. That's a catch. But no, she's put up a lot of crap with me, that's for sure. And I'm truly blessed to have her, and she's a superstar and everything. She goes, all right, we're gonna go out to dinner. We went downtown to Sinatra's.
Oh, how was that?
It was excellent.
Really?
It was an excellent time. We just went down there. But what I'm getting the point is I had a couple bourbons before I left. Went down there, had a couple more bourbons, and had a couple nightcaps after.
And then you wound up at Snoop Dogg's.
I should have went to Snoop Dogg's, right? No. We were like, my wife started yawning, and I go, really? Yeah. She goes, and then I start yawning. I said, all right, 10:30, we're going home. Let's Uber home. So we get home, and I'm kind of banged up pretty good. And all next day, I'm like, oh man, I'm 53. This is not nice anymore. You can't. It stinks. I can't take the bounce back.
I've been in that Snoop Dogg. I've not when anyone else was there, but when they just built it, I was playing over at DraftKings.
Okay.
So DraftKings is upstairs, and for a while I was doing like every other Thursday night up there. So
At DraftKings?
yeah, I was playing a trio band up there.
Well, we should get him in on Yodel.
Yeah, I heard about
playing
you
the
told-
honky tonks.
You told me about.
Yeah.
I'm playing Tootsie's tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
You got Tootsies tomorrow?
Got Tootsie's tomorrow.
On a
Tomorrow, the
Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm filling in for a buddy of mine.
Are you up top or are you down on the main
on the
stage?
main stage?
Look at
tomorrow.
you.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
all over, man. All over doing
what-
that, and then actually I got a double tomorrow, so I'll be doing that, and then we'll see what's tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? So I'll be doing that, and then Omni Hotel from 8 to 11.
Omni's
Solo.
nice.
At the bar lines?
Duo rather. Sorry,
Duo.
yeah, bar lines. Yeah, bar lines. Yeah, I do
Exactly.
duo on Tuesdays there, and Wednesdays I'm solo. So
Okay.
pretty much every week, unless I've got a corporate thing. Last week I played Country Music Hall of Fame, so it's kind of all over the
That
place.
that
man.
Yodel thing is right up your alley.
man. If you like to get paid fast, right? If you like it to go straight to your bank account.
Yeah, that's I can imagine.
We do. I don't do a lot with that's tip. That's a tip thing, right? Yeah. I don't do a lot with the tip thing. I've got a Venmo thing that I'll put out, and people send it sometimes.
I usually take money from you, Venmo, when I go.
Yeah,
I
good.
go,
That's great, man.
subtract.
Send a request
Appreciate you doing that.
for payment.
Yeah.
So
That's one thing I don't really take a lot of the gigs that I don't do a lot of downtown gigs for that reason, because they just don't. There's no base pay in it, So I tend to do the base pay gigs.
You like private events where you
I
rent out
do.
stadiums. Come
Yeah,
on,
I
he's
do
filling in
some
here
of
for-
that, and I just I don't want to get off on a tangent, but
We'll get
we're
to
on
you.
we're on a podcast, so I'm gonna go ahead.
I
on
love
my,
tangents.
I'm gonna get on my soapbox about
Attaboy.
this. That the tipping thing with the bands downtown Nashville has gotten completely out of hand.
Really?
Completely out of hand, and I mean to a point where they'll. I know bands that'll chase people around with a tip jar.
Yeah, I've seen
and
that.
Be like, oh, you got to give us $20 to play your song. It's like, these people have paid $60 to park. They're paying $15 a beer.
Yep.
They bought plane tickets and hotel rooms, and it's like, ease up on them. If you put a tip jar out, we're in a room full of adults. To me, there's a tip jar there. If you want to put something in the tip jar, that's great. That's awesome. Thank you.
Well, it starts to feel like Times Square.
Yeah.
Right, where those
Taking a
Spider-Man
picture
is
of
coming
Spider-Man
after
and the
you
guy
and they're
goes like this.
aggressive.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Well, the thing with Yodel is you put your catalog in, so people aren't requesting songs that
Yeah.
you don't know.
Sure.
And so it's a more civilized way to do it.
I see it. Yeah, I see. Now, with me on that is, I have gotten to a point now where I know the songs I know, and I'll learn new songs, but only if I like them. And I'm not a dancing monkey. And if I don't know your song, I'll just be like, yeah, sorry, man, I don't know the song. And
His
that's okay.
favorite song to request?
Wagon Wheel.
Wagon Wheel.
He's
Yeah.
the guy that was the
We're
wagon
gonna get
wheel.
you singing Wagon Wheel.
I sang Wagon Wheel. I got to tell you, we have an old episode when we were on
got a guitar
vacation.
right there. I'll play it, you sing
God,
it,
I don't
man.
even know. I messed up the words. I was humming it. I know you know it by heart. But we had an episode that I was in because then I even mentioned you to one of the to the cowgirls in the thing, and she's like up there. She goes, "All right, we're at a barbecue," and she goes, "I'm having a request. Seth, where are you? You're gonna come up here and sing Wagon Wheel." I'm like,
boy.
"What the fuck?"
Is this on YouTube?
We have it. I know I didn't show the video. That never showed you.
No, he won't show it.
I won't
to
show
us,
it.
so
I
we're
do
just-
have a video.
I'd like to see that.
Rock me, I was
He's
cranking
gone
it.
Hey,
country.
man, that sounds
Seth's
just like
gone
Darius
country.
Rucker. I was.
Well, when he's on his, sometimes Darius overserves himself. Right? It's trippy Darius.
That's
right?
why we love Darius.
Oh, man. Hey, let's get back to Quebec. So you're gone up there 10 days. You're playing top hockey. Well, I would say your son is. You're there just shelling.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. You're like a strip joint
Yep.
right now. Throw more out.
On second thought, maybe I need to get more tips.
Here we go. Exactly. Let's get back in there. But, I did, and again, this is, you could tell me to go scratch my patch it on this time. And you hear a lot of people.
What the hell did you just?
You could tell me to scratch my patch, All right.
What's your badge?
I heard it was, from a person on your team that ran him that whole trip, like basically the whole season, $30,000. 30. Is that out of norm? Was that
for the season?
the whole season?
Let's.
You don't have to answer that
Yeah,
question.
that's what I'm saying. That's because the reason why, because our last episode, youth sports.
Yeah, and
Is
that's
a
probably about right.
Is $40 billion industry.
Yep.
I was talking to the one person, and somebody else heard, and he's like, "Well, we're doing that this year," and I'm like, "Wow." He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to sell a kidney." I go,
Yeah.
"Well, you may got to sell two." I mean, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money. Man.
That's a lot.
This is why I drive an old vehicle that's paid for.
I've always said, God bless you guys.
Yeah.
You're that doing that.
Well, thank you.
And God bless you, because that's me. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford that. I don't want to afford that. And I'm like, but God bless you guys, because also Vince is at a top level. Let's be honest; those kids are at a top level. That team, I see that's good. Unfortunately, I see something happening at my son's age that I go, ooh, really? Are you going to go up there and do that for why? Why?
Yeah. I guess it
Ranked 99th or 110th, and that's good. Again, all power to you. All power to you. You guys were in top 5.
Yeah, I think we were top 10 last year.
Again, top 10. You have things looking at you now. You're
this
top
year,
10. Yes.
This year, I think. Now, I'm probably speaking out of school because I honestly don't know. But I think this is the year where the scouts go to the
because you're going to get them ranked.
Well, when does juniors start? So what's the next?
17, right?
No, I think it's earlier
16,
than that.
17?
Thought it was 15.
Is it? I don't know.
It's pretty early.
Yeah,
it's coming up.
Well, because what happens is, and like you said, now you you got attention to yourselves, and it's excellent.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Vince isn't going anywhere at 15. I promise you that. I mean, that's not happening. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The thing is, they're going to start getting ranked. You get ranked as a kid, and you go, okay, well, he's a top 100 player. Mm-hmm. And once you get into that category, I mean, sky's the limit. Let's be honest, sky's the limit. You got juniors, you got all these other minor league stuffs happening. And unfortunately, it starts to some of these teams up in Canada going, hey, we want Vince to play for us in the juniors. Then he goes.
Well, what
goes
does
away.
it cost to play in the OHL? How does that work? Because we got a guy we'll get on here to talk about juniors. A guy that works for me. He played in one of the, I think for the Dallas Brahmas or something. But the juniors,
get paid? Do they get paid, or they have to pay?
I think they have. I think
I'm sure
the
they
Spartans.
have to pay
I think you pay. Yes, the Spartans are a junior organization, correct?
Yeah.
And you do have.
See, I thought those kids were 16, 17 though. I don't think there were any 15-year-olds on that team.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
we're gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure it out. We'll have to do some.
I have to call my buddy
up.
Jay. He knows this stuff.
Brock.
Jay, get out, help us out here, guys.
You have to send him to Minneapolis.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
We haven't really thought that far ahead. And nobody's calling with offers.
But I'm telling you, it's going to happen sooner than later because you're high profile, whether you like it or not. Your team is high profile.
Yeah.
People are going to look at you and go, hey, that's a top team. I'm going to go scout them and see what they have. It's almost like the part of hey, we're going to go see this one pitcher. And wow, well, wait a second. This catcher is pretty damn good for that team. Let me check out him.
Sure.
So that's what usually happens. And again, I don't want to blindside you with something that couldn't happen. It could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Vince has got mad skills. He's a very good stick handler. He's always been that way. He's a big boy.
He's about to get bigger. I
Yeah,
think.
he's a big boy. Yeah. He's got a very good shot.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And that's always been Vince. Then you have certain people that fill certain roles. But again, I don't want to take it. I just don't want to blindside you of all of a sudden somebody's going to call you and go, hey, Manitoba has been calling.
Yeah,
Manitoba.
I mean, the one thing about where he is now, he is playing with some future NHL players. Some not necessarily on his team.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. He's played against somehow, some way.
Somewhere
Fast forward 10 yeyears.
10 years, yeah. The class of 2030 is gonna. Some of those kids that he has played with, against, maybe him. I don't know. It could be could be anything. But some of those kids are going to the NHL.
Absolutely.
For sure. And so yeah, that's not lost. I mean, that part's not lost on us. But as far as like how all of that goes down, even my wife doesn't really know how it goes down, and she's kind of in the hockey world right now.
Oh yeah,
mostly because she doesn't want to know, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to know either, because it would be a lot, man. I know that a lot of these kids, they'll bill it, and with a different family and all that stuff.
I know some kids already right now that they're going up to prep schools. They're playing in prep schools, so you got prep schools on the mind, and it's not a bad thing now. You're paying for school, you're paying for hockey.
Depends on the kid, right?
Yeah, well, if the kid wants to do it.
Ornery teenager too, right?
And Vince he's a great kid, man. Yeah. He really is a great kid. Yeah. He's so far, we're trying not to I mean, I know everybody thinks their kid's a great kid. I mean, he does very well. He keeps his grades up and all that stuff. But, hockey is just part of life.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And I don't want it to take over his whole life. So that'll be a conversation that Mama and I are going to have.
And that's going to be coming quick.
She's going to get the call, by the way, not me. Yeah. They won't call me. They'll
You'll
call
be like,
her.
I don't know who you are. Sorry. I got Manitoba calling me, those solicitors again.
Well, wait till they see this podcast.
My first question
might change the game for you.
Yeah, exactly.
My first question is going to be, how much is it going to cost me?
Yeah.
and then we'll take it from there.
I imagine there's some IMGs of hockey.
Oh, tremendous amount of IMGs. You have Shattuck up there in Minnesota. That's, I want to say it's $30,000, $40,000 a year. It's almost, this is crazy. Like one of our guests, his nephew went up. He's in playing, I forgot where he said he was playing, but I know he's playing prep school. And he got a scholarship too to go up there, and he's still paying $17,000 a year.
Wow!
And he got a scholarship
with a scholarship, yeah.
And and he's playing prep school, and he's played 2 games. He's got 2 goals already. So and he
that's nice.
And certain thing is he's got that mentality. My buddies know him in Long Island. Right. I know him. His mind works a lot differently than everyone else. He's such a super athlete, a super hockey player, and he's got to grow a little bit. But they said his IQ of the game is far better than anybody he's known. That's how good of a player he is.
I think that's the most important part of it.
Yeah, and again, he wakes up shooting pucks.
Yep.
And I've always said, and we talked about this early on this, your son will tell you what he wants to do. So if your son's outside shooting pucks all night, day, and early, I had another conversation with another friend of mine that he just graduated high school, and he's going up to Connecticut to do a middle, like almost like a IMG middle school, like not a middle school, but a after school, but before college. It's like a gap year school, they call it, and all he's doing is playing basketball. And that's all and that kid gets up early in the morning, like 4:00 in the morning, shoots 1,000 baskets a day in the morning, and just shoots. That kid has that. You can't teach that.
Larry Bird did that same thing.
Exactly. You can't teach these things.
Yeah.
And it's hard as a parent to go get outside and shoot.
Yep. Well, I wouldn't.
Yeah, your kid can't. No. Or go outside and take batting practice or hit off the tee.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're playing Roblox? Okay.
But what if you build a batting cage in your backyard?
Yeah,
what if you did that?
You know what they do? It's too hot, too far up there, and I'm away from everybody. It's too dark.
Now, I built Vince a platform a few years ago, just because it was super expensive to lay down concrete. And I said, well, I bet I could just build it, because I just built our deck.
That was a great deck too.
Thank you. Yeah, the deck is still standing.
There you go.
I said, man, I bet I could just build basically a deck and then put these dryland tiles on it and then set it up to where, and it worked out, man. Just plywood deck that I painted or whatever, and then I put the dryland tiles on it and bolted down a net. And man, he'll go out there during the summer when it's 100 degrees, whatever it is.
Well, I'm telling
he'll be out there for an hour.
How big is it?
It's
Greg's
probably,
coming over.
I think it's about 16 feet long by. I think I built it 16 by 8, if I remember right. It might be 16 by 10. I can't remember.
Oh, we know a guy that built a place in his house, like in the bonus room.
Yep.
And it's.
Yeah.
I might keep it outside.
Yeah.
Especially if he's willing to go out in the heat.
This worked out pretty good. It was, kind of a. It took me a weekend, but it's well worth it. I mean, one day when he's grown, he'll look back and say,
Thanks,
if
Dad.
My dad didn't do anything else right, at least he built me that
Well,
thing.
if you just said he's outside shooting pucks
All the time. He loves it. He loves it.
You know what? That's exactly what we're talking about. Give him the tools.
Yep.
You gave him the tools. It's up to him to be a doctor.
You know what he came up to me with yesterday is, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, he wants to start doing more weightlifting at home because they lift, for practice and stuff. But he just kind of wants to step it up and weightlift at home.
That's good.
We've got the barbell, but he wants to get a set of dumbbells and really kind of focus on the chest and tries and buys.
Take him to Planet Fitness.
Yeah,
get swole there.
Yeah,
But
maybe
no, that's
go with you.
Yeah, sure. Let's
You
go.
gonna train him?
Oh yeah, train him. He'll hate me. Like as I'm eating a wing, keep running, like Mickey.
So what kind of tournaments are you doing this year? Quebec, that's just for Peewees, right?
That was Peewees.
Is there an equivalent for Bantams?
No.
Peewees is a special Peewee thing.
Peewees is the only. That was why they wanted to get the Junior Predators up there so bad, because it's the only year they do that for the which is weird. It seems like they would have different levels, but they don't.
Yeah,
it's the Peewee thing. They have their own special song they play before all the games.
That's awesome.
The whole town, by the way, there's signs everywhere.
I heard it's like they're rock stars. They got their credentials and everybody.
They walk around and everybody's giving them high fives, and they go into restaurants and they're like, you'll play with the Junior Predators, whatever.
So how much poutine did you have?
Oh, you know me. There's poutine everywhere.
Did you drink a lot of Molson?
You know what? No, I didn't. There was a lot of driving. I had to go back and forth a lot. So
especially when it was snowing too.
I was driving. Dude, it snowed so bad up there. It was like 2 blizzards while we were up there. We were, but they don't cancel the games.
No, I saw the videos.
Yeah.
What did your dad send me the videos? He's like, dude, I said, dude, you're nuts. I said, you know what though? It is such. The best thing is I know.
Is this dad JL?
No.
No. Okay.
No. W.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, W. We'll just call W.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And the thing is a lot of them.
WB.
Yeah.
I got you. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's such a fun time for the kids, and I know friends of mine that played in it, and he's like, dude, they'll always remember that.
Never forget it.
They'll never forget how cool
sure.
it was, and it's such. And honestly, that's why it's worth it for cost. It really is worth it. Like when you hear that, you do it. If you have it, do it. Go and do it and enjoy it. Even if you lose, it's still like the kids that made it to. See, like with Williamsport. Williamsport's a tough thing to get to because you have to go through regionals and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And if you don't make it, you're not making it. Like our team in Nashville, Nolensville lost. Yeah. They lost in Florida. So they didn't make Williamsport. Right. But still, that is the Williamsport of Canada, of this whole hockey thing. And you can just go. And that is so cool because you can do it. And you're like, this is awesome. Your kid will always remember it. And even as a parent, we always say we live our lives through our kids. But you know what? That's pretty cool, too, to watch your kid walking out, as they're singing the song, walking with their buddies in their track suits. And they're just loving life, laughing. They're trading pins, I think. They still do that stuff.
They did all that, And Vik, who's our coach, he played there. He played at that tournament, and he still has all his pins and all that stuff. So he was telling the boys, "Hey, you got to, really, these pins are a thing, So they
That's
got pins
great.
from players from all around the world, And hockey's a small world,
Very small.
So especially as you get older and it kind of goes through that funnel of, if you're playing the bigger and bigger leagues, you're going to keep running into these same kids,
Oh, yeah.
So it's shared memories there. And we've also done a few other trips with them. We went to Slovenia a couple of years ago.
I remember you guys did that.
Which was amazing. Slovenia was amazing. The hockey, not so much, in my opinion. Now, Vince did great. He had he's going to get mad if I get this wrong. I think he had 9 goals on the weekend. It was
19, Vince. 19. Dad's wrong. He doesn't know hockey.
But anyway, he's probably you could be right. But the hockey wasn't that great there. Mm-hmm. But then that same team asked us to go this past year. We went up to France, to Chamonix, France, which was right in the mountains. Dude, that place is amazing.
But that's a great vacation.
Great hockey there too.
He's talking to me about, hey, you want to go to Greece this year? I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's just play hockey. Have the kids play hockey out there. That's actually a cool vacation.
Deck hockey?
Yeah, deck hockey. Deck hockey? I didn't tell you about deck hockey.
Yeah, I know. Expert.
Expert on deck hockey. We play ball hockey, as they would call it, but no, it's deck hockey, though. But yeah, that is amazing with the kids, and they'll always remember that,
Yeah, I think it's a good investment.
Yeah.
It's a good investment with the kids.
And that's what's perfect about that. It is a great investment because they'll always remember that.
Yeah.
And your son is at that level. And that's what's great about it. He's at that level. He wants to work. He wants to kick butt.
I'm going to tell him you said that.
Absolutely. Vince, listen to me. You keep shooting. You got it there, kid? 20 goals next time.
I didn't know this podcast was going to just be an advertisement for my kid.
Yeah, it is. Well, no, it's about youth hockey. It's youth baseball. It's beer league. And that's what it comes down to. Like we talked about the last episode, youth sports is a
$40 billion industry.
That's unbelievable, man.
More than the NFL,
the NBA
together. Do you believe that?
Is that true?
Yes.
Have you double checked those stats?
Oh, yeah.
Is it more than?
Check the New York Times.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Youth sports is more than the NFL and the NBA together. That's incredible.
Incredible. Puts it in perspective.
Yeah, sure does.
Right?
You could probably throw the WNBA in there, too.
I was going to make that joke.
You subtract. You subtract.
Like 80 WNBA.
You just subtract 20 billion. So
we're a bunch of a-holes here.
Hey, it's getting more and more valuable, the WNBA.
Yeah.
It is.
We're having to watch it.
Yeah.
Whether we want to or
They
not.
just force it
keep
down
telling
your
us
throat.
what's up.
My God.
The Fever
And the Liberty.
the Aces.
Is that the Aces? What team is that? Is that where Clayton Clark?
Isn't there a Memphis? Is there a Memphis team?
I don't know. Is there? That's the Memphis Showboats. That's USFL.
Okay.
It's a very big business, and it's got to be a little pressure, I guess, when you feel like you're doing all these trips and stuff. How does your son kind of handle the pressure? Or is he just kind of cool with it? He doesn't faze him.
I think because he's been doing it with this team for the last 5 years.
Just his buddies.
It's just his buddies, and they're just playing hockey. And honestly, they take it shift by shift, and they just want to do what coach is telling them to do.
Because coach he's such an icon to them.
Oh, he's an icon. Yeah, he's an icon to everybody. He's an icon to other parents that show up at these things. I mean, to us, he's just he's Coach Marty.
Yeah.
But it's like you forget. I mean, some of these guys, they really have a pedigree in hockey that is well respected. Yeah. And it's just so cool, man, that he's had an opportunity to be part of that. And so to answer your question, I don't even think he really gets nervous. He gets anxious for it, like he wants it, like he can't wait. He's pacing for but he's not nervous. Like they're very well trained.
Well, I know you're very chill, and there's no way that you're going to put or your wife will ever put pressure on Vince.
No.
But you have seen single-handedly some parents on I'm not going to say on your team, but on other teams that you see the parents just put so much pressure on these kids. Yeah. Have you an example that you've seen?
Yes. Well, the one that I was talking about before. And here's the other thing about our team is when I'm not just not trying to get in trouble. I mean, we really don't have parents like that on our team. It's part of the culture of it.
Exactly.
Part of the culture.
Well, Marty's built a culture.
He has
from
built
that,
and he's led that culture. And he said, I do the hockey. You know, in his accent, he's like, I do the hockey. And we're all like, yeah, man, you do the hockey.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's like my thought on that is what makes you think that you would know, like people that that have their kids in there and they're going to try to tell them what to do on the ice. Mm-hmm. What makes you think that you know more than Marty Erat or Vik Tikhonov? You know, what makes you think that you could add anything to that conversation? These guys have obviously been to the top of that hockey mountain. Mm-hmm. You got to have a little bit of humbleness to it. You know what I mean?
Well, look at Vik. Vik has pedigree.
Yeah.
Monster pedigree.
Yeah.
Marty, does he have pedigree? I know his brother played too, right?
He says his brother is even better than he is.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Well, he was the captain of the Czech team too. Yeah. So let's be honest, that's serious pedigree. Yeah. So, there's a lot there to go. Like he says, I do the hockey. Great. But let's go back a little bit. But is there any parents that ever that you've seen with other coaches?
Obviously, I'm not going to name them.
Yeah.
But recently, this year in particular, it was during that fight, and there was one parent that was screaming at the ref and just absolutely losing his mind, and just making a scene, just cussing at him in front of all these kids.
Why do they think the ref's going to listen to that?
I don't get it. I really don't. But my thing about it is like, dude, you have to take your kid to practice on Monday. You have to show up with all these other parents and show your face there. Mm. You just made a complete ass of yourself. And why? Why? What do you think?
For nothing.
What do you think? And it really is because obviously he's way too invested. And it goes back to what I was saying. It's like, me personally, I don't care about hockey. I care about my son. Yeah. And my son cares about hockey, so that's why I care about hockey. But not in and of itself, And I think that parents really need to. You got to separate that because, look, maybe this guy was a great hockey player when he was a kid and he missed his chance. Maybe, I was never that guy. I'm not a real super competitive kind of guy. I'm very chill. I don't really understand that world, and in some ways that's not a great thing. In some ways I probably ought to be more competitive, and I'm not saying I'm the end all be all or anything like that, but I am saying that if you're out there and you find yourself cussing out a ref and in front of God and everybody, it's like, man, what do you think do you really believe that you're accomplishing something positive there? And I don't get it.
Just complete loss of self-control.
Yeah.
They probably would say, I don't know why I did that. They just get so into the moment that they just lose their heads, I guess.
Like we said earlier, like how it just builds up, and bang. Yeah. Or maybe, I hate to even do this, but maybe there's something else going on in the guy's life.
Yeah. Maybe.
And that's sometimes, and then that's the compassion side of me. I'm sorry I said it. My God, hold on. There's a compassion side of me. And people act a certain way. I always say this: people act a certain way, and there's a reason why they do what they do. Is it past experiences or something that led up to that? Maybe that instant didn't make him. He wasn't really pissed at that moment. Maybe something else happened to him, and that was just the breaking point of a guy. And it does suck.
But if you're gonna act like that, what are you doing behind closed
I'm not
doors
defending
with your kid?
Yeah.
Let's say your kid's dropping the ball. Yeah. Metaphorically, this is no ball in hockey. But let's say your kid drops the ball out there, and what if you're gonna act like that in front of everybody? How are you ripping into your kid, and how do you think that that's helping? And by the way, his kid is an excellent player. Mm-hmm. He's an excellent player, but he's probably gonna hate hockey before you know it. Yep. And that's a shame because
it's the opposite of a Quebec memory for a trip of a lifetime. It's my dad losing his shit in front of everybody.
He'll never forget That's got to be embarrassing.
Oh, absolutely.
I would think it's got to be embarrassing for the kid.
Oh my God.
You know, and mortifying, really. I mean, I can't imagine. You know.
Yeah, why? Because someone cross-checked me and I couldn't defend myself, so my dad has to act like that.
To be fair, it was during a fight, and there was, like I said, the ref was looking at 3 separate fights, and he wasn't breaking up the one that the father wanted him to break up.
I guess that's. I mean, that's what I guess Papa Bear comes out a little bit. When you see his son getting pummeled, I know. I don't think I can. I don't know. I don't want to be in that situation. Yeah. I'm not saying he's right. Believe me, I am. Yeah. This is why we're here on this type of podcast. But I don't ever want to be in that situation. If there is a fight and nothing's happening, and I'm watching my kid just get his rear end kicked from a bigger kid, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to know.
Yeah, I guess it's easy for me to say because Vince has not been involved in any of the fights. He's a nice kid. He's more of a lover than a fighter.
He's a gentle giant.
He is a
gentle giant.
He avoids all that, you know. So, but you know, maybe it would bring something out. But I can't imagine that I would lose my shit like that.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not, because again, it's the crazy parent thing. You know, we don't want to do that to you. Yeah. You know, and I think this is exactly, you know, I love listening to your sides of this and what would, you know, how this goes. You know, you're in the high, you know, I mean, you're high profile and high intensity. Yep. You know, and people, when you're at that level and that intensity, the fire cracks go faster. You know, our kids right now, you know, we were in the A division, you know, we didn't care. We were just sitting back drinking and having fun time. I mean, we were the guys who were like, they scored. Okay.
That's great.
Anyway, you know, and it is a less, but it's still intense, man. When you start seeing, you're like, and then you get more mad at like, what are they doing? What are they doing out there? Like, what are they thinking? Yep. You know, we see it all the time. Like, are they going to teach the kids anything? You know, and then, but you can see it. But, you know, I said this earlier. We were in the organization that you were in, and you know, I knew it wasn't for my kid because of his mentality. Not to say he couldn't get there, but it's just
he didn't want to.
He didn't want to. Yeah. He did want to. He did want to go back. He really did.
His buddies were there.
Yeah, his buddies were there, and he even said to me, he goes, "Dad, I want to go back." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." And this was on the day before the tryouts. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, but because we played the one organization 2 years ago, and he had a great time. Then he was going to stay with it. And he goes, "Dad, I want to go back." I'm like, "But buddy, they're all gone."
Yeah.
He goes, "What?" I go, "Yeah, they all left. They all left the org." And he's like, "All right." And then when I had that conversation, I'm like, "No, we're staying here." You know, it's just because we want you to just ease into this thing. We don't want to put any more pressure, undue pressure, especially he plays baseball too.
Right.
So,
and that was hard on those kids too, because they were friends with D. You know, we've lost a few kids to other programs, and they were real good. We lost one in particular that you and I both know well this year, and I don't want to speak out of school, but excuse me, I think they had an offer. I think they could have stayed, but they just felt it was better to go elsewhere for whatever reason.
It is the toughest thing. I cried like a baby when I left. I mean, we're going to try to get Allie on the show too. We talked to her yesterday.
She's so great,
and we want to get her on the show. And I was crying when I had that conversation. She's like, "Well, what are you doing?" I go, "Allie." I go, "Listen, I love you guys. You guys. I mean, you were there since my son was 6 years old." Yeah. I go, I can't. I gotta go. And she's like, "Okay, I see it." And I said, "Yeah, I can't. We can't do this anymore." Just because, and you know, and she's been outstanding.
She's still with the Warriors.
Yeah, I know.
And she's actually taken on a bigger role with that organization too. Okay. So she's fantastic, and she's a hell of a hockey player too.
Oh yeah. You know? She scored on me when I was still playing hockey.
I bet.
She scored on me. She turned around and laughed. I said, "Allie old me would have two-handed you across the back of the leg. I don't care if you're a girl or not." And I was like, "Nah, I gotta stop playing hockey. I just hate hockey. I really do. I hate playing it. I hate everything about it."
I don't know if I'd want to do that to Allie.
She'd fight me.
She beat the hell out of you, man.
He's been going to Planet Fitness.
I am.
Good for you,
man. I'm taking peptides, too. Look how swole I look.
You look great, man. You look fantastic.
Thanks, man. So, do you want to do what we said we were going to do here on this? We're going to cut this
Yeah,
a
we'll
little
take
bit? Take a little break?
Take a real quick break.
Yeah,
Take a little
let's do
break.
it.
All right. Yeah. We'll do a break. And
So far, so
then we'll
good,
put the
huh?
commercials, and then we'll start talking about your career.